I'm Jason Takhtadjian with Armenian Sports News, and I am joined today with a very special guest. She is a forward on the Armenian women's national football team, Maral Artin. Maral, how are you doing today?
Hey, thank you. I'm good. And you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's a pleasure to meet you, pleasure to talk to you, especially since we got a couple of pretty important national team games coming up. But before we go into that, I want to talk to you about your background. I want you to kind of tell the viewers just where you're from, where you grew up, and also how you got into the sport of football, whether it was some teams that you were watching growing up, it was somebody in your life that influenced you, or some footballers or some athletes that you watched.
Yeah, thank you. I was born in Germany. I was raised in Germany. I started soccer with 6 years, so pretty much 17 years now. And it was my dad who inspired me because he saw my talent and he was taking me every time to trainings. He was my coach from day one and until now. So yeah, I was watching soccer with him every day. Ronaldinho was my idol. He was like my I was watching YouTube videos of soccer players. So yeah, with 6 years I started in Germany. I played for really good teams. I enjoyed my time in Germany. Yeah, now we are here in the Armenian national team.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Ronaldinho up there with some of the players that you watched. Were there any players in Germany that you watched?
Yeah, it was like the girls, more like Jennifer Marzan or Marta, not from Germany, but she was also like a Ronaldinho for the girls.
Right, arguably one of the most popular Brazilian women's
Yeah.
footballers. So let's talk about
Mm.
some of the games that are coming up. October 27th, which is a couple
Yeah.
days from when we're doing this interview. You guys play Estonia in Yerevan, and then October 31st,
Yeah.
you also play them, but in Estonia. So kind of tell me
Yes.
about how the preparation has been with the team, with you individually, just getting everybody back together, getting ready for these UEFA Nations League games.
Yeah, so we started our camp here in Yerevan in the academy at the 22nd. So we had like 4 or 5 days until the game. It's like in 2 days the game. Yeah, we are like well prepared. I think the coach prepared us well. We had a few tactical trainings, we had a few physical trainings. Yeah, I think we have to give our best and then let's see what happened. I
And
hope we will play a good game
yeah,
and
sorry,
we will
sorry to
see.
cut you off. I was going to ask you when you got to Yerevan, how long it's been in terms of the training, just so people can know how many days you guys have been preparing for this.
Yeah, so 22nd we came here together to the academy. We trained like one training for the first day and then every day like two trainings, morning session, evening session. And then yeah, mornings like more physical, then in the evening more tactical, like something like that. We analyzed the game of our last game. We analyzed our last game of Kazakhstan, and now we are starting to analyze Estonia. And then let's see.
Let's see, indeed, and that game again is in a couple of days. You guys are already in the UEFA Nations League cycle, already getting a couple of games under your guys' belt. I want to talk to you about a specific date, and that's September 21st. That was the day where you guys were getting ready, prepared to fly to, I believe it was Tel Aviv, Israel, to
Israel.
play them. But
Yes.
you guys were in the airport and you guys never made it to the game. Can you kind of tell us
Yeah.
what happened? What was the cause of that? Tell us about that.
So yeah, I remember it was September 19. The war started here, but we had already our camp dates. We were like, I think it was 17th. We started our camp again. So again, few days before our game, and at 19 started the war, and we were kind of like scared a little bit about our situation in Yerevan, not about like in another country. And then we were like heading to the airport. So no one told us nothing. We were like, okay, let's go. We are going to Israel. And we arrived there at the airport. Everything was good. We checked in and then we were at the gate. And then it came like the message, okay, no one will fly nowhere. So all the flights were shut out. So shut down. Yeah, shut down. And yeah, and then they told us, yeah, let's wait a few hours. Maybe we'll try to catch another flight to Israel. And yeah, we had to wait, I think, 4 hours at the airport, 3 hours at the airport, and then we came back to the academy because we knew directly no one will fly to Israel
Right.
because
And
of the war. So in Armenia, they closed all the air,
I
and
see.
then that's why we couldn't fly. And then they rescheduled the game for the December 2nd.
I
Yeah,
see.
and then we came back. I think in Armenia we say "Inche barina etel tohkatari." So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
you know
translate
the
that for folks who might not understand what that means.
yeah. You can translate. I don't know.
Anyway, we'll move forward because I do want to talk about just kind of, what the mentality was with the team when you guys got that message, when you guys
Yeah,
found out about the war. I mean, did that impact you guys' training whenever you guys were getting ready for those games? I'm sure that that was, in the back of your minds and was impacting maybe the training.
of course, because we were like prepared for the Israel game. So we had like our focus on the Israel game, and then we had the motivation to play against Israel. So then we came back. We didn't have like a game before Kazakhstan, so had we didn't have the chance to play a game before Kazakhstan. So we had to change the mentality again to be like without a game, play against Kazakhstan again, and then we had to change our training. But we did like the same. We did the here game like between each other to
Right.
have like the same compositorial, like 90 minutes, like a game. And then we started to focus on the Kazakhstan game. So yeah.
I see. I see. So you guys completely changed up the approach when it comes to,
Yeah.
getting ready for a game, getting ready for those next games, even after the postponed matches.
Yes. Yeah, it was postponed, but then we had to change our mentality to be like, okay, now it's done, it's postponed, come back to the academy and then start the trainings like we just have a one game.
All right. And now you have Estonia coming up with the two games within what, 4 or 5 days against the same
Yeah.
team. Does that have
Yeah.
its own challenges, or does the preparation for playing the same team within a certain amount of time, is it any different than any other preparation?
No, I don't think so. I think it's better because you have like the same team 4 days before, and then you have like the chance again. If you lose, if you win, if you like, I don't know, if it's a draw, you have the chance for a revanche. So I think it's the best thing to play against the same team again. Now we had Kazakhstan. Now we have to wait 2 months, and then we play against them again. So I think it's better to play directly against the same team again because you have the same analyze with them.
Right. Now, I want to
So
talk
yeah.
a little bit more in a broad sense when it comes to women's football, especially in Armenia. I want to ask you, because you've been around, you're 23 years old, yet you've been part of the national team for years at this point. Can you talk to me about, what the state of women's football, women's sports was when you first joined compared to where it is now, kind of what you've seen change, improve, what you would like to see improve moving forward, just kind of analyzing the state of the sport right now.
So yeah. It was right. So I came 4 years ago. Yeah, 2019 I came when the national team opened again after 8 years. They were closed. So I was from the first day here. Um, it was pretty difficult compared to Germany because it's new. Like in Armenia, this women's soccer is new. So I saw a development from day one until now. Now we have 2023, and they started to change a lot of things here. Also, the young girls started to train at a young age. Before it wasn't like that. Before my friends, I knew they were starting to train with 13, 14. I was starting to train with 6. So now they started to do the same things like Europe, putting it in Armenia, creating uh, like academies for girls, like goals. There's a goals academy, so the young girls can come train. Started to play with 5, 6 years old to have like the basics with 5, 6. So I think we have a good improvement from day one until now, and I hope I will see a big improvement in 10 years when we see like from the first day from 2019 they opened the national team until 2030.
Right.
So I hope to see a big improvement, and I think we will see the big improvement. We have to do the step-by-step things.
For sure. It's nothing is overnight, and I guess this is a good transition to I guess one of the last questions I want to ask you, and it's on the same topic, especially with the national team. You know, you're just 23 years old. You have so many years ahead of you, and that also applies for a lot of other teammates that you have on the national team. But I want to ask you specifically. Do you have any career goals that you're kind of either working towards right now, maybe short-term goals or long-term goals when it comes to your career, your involvement with the national team with Armenia?
So my biggest goal, and everyone knows about that, is to play one time with the Armenian national team in the World Cup. So I think in 8 years, my goal is in 8 years, the World Cup with Armenia. This is my biggest goal, and I think we're trying to do that, and we will. So
That's
let's remember this quote,
yeah,
and then we will see
absolutely.
in
That's
8 years.
great. That's great. That's
Yeah.
honestly great because Armenia, at least on the senior level, to my knowledge, has not made it to any World Cup, whether it's men's or
No,
women's.
no one. So I think as a girl, as a woman, we can do the change to be the first ever team to be in a World Cup, even like it's soccer, basketball, whatever. So we are trying to do that, and in 8 years we will see. It's my biggest goal with Armenia.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a huge goal to have, especially not just for you guys, but also for the next generation of, Armenian women's footballers who are going to be coming in to the team, trying to improve the team and grow with the team as well. But now, this time, the difference is they have players and a team to look up to.
Yeah, they are looking up to. We can tell the young girls they are coming, supporting us. They want to be like us. There are a few girls they are coming when the coach is asking them, "How do you want to play?" or like who you want to play. They are like telling our names, and this is something big to achieve something in 4 years or in 3 years, something like this in Armenia. This is a big thing. So I think when we develop like this and improve like this and step by step, we can achieve a lot of things with Armenia.
And how does it make you feel, even, just to look back and reflect and at your impact so far that you've had on the Armenian national women's football and just women's football in the country alone, just looking back on it, how does that make you feel?
No, it's only pride. There's nothing more than pride. To be Armenian is the biggest pride for me, but to be an Armenian national team, to be the captain of this team, to be the leader in this team, I think it's the biggest pride you can have. And for young girls, even more. To have someone who is telling you, "Oh, I want to be like Maral," or "I want to be like the other girls," it's only pride you can have.
That's awesome. That's really well put. Well, thank you. I think that's all the time we have, Maral. Thank you so much for joining me for this interview, and best of
Thank you
luck
for
to
having
you.
me.
Absolutely. Thank you. And best of luck to you and the national team when it comes to the upcoming UEFA Nations League, games. Maybe a qualification with the Nations League could be something, a step in the right direction, and hopefully we'll see Armenia in the World Cup.
Thank you very, very much.